Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we start off Season 14 and the penultimate season of the series here, with games at home to Everton and also the UEFA Super Cup final against Chelsea. For those of you who are wondering why we're in the UEFA Super Cup final again, I suggest you go back and watch the previous episode. So we start off the new season at home to newly promoted Everton. They've been in the Championship now for a couple of seasons, I believe. Yeah, 4 seasons in the Championship. Everton, they've just been promoted, finished top of the Championship last season. But let's be honest, it shouldn't really be a problem for us to start the new season. The UEFA Super Cup final, though, I'm hoping we can defend our crown because, of course, last season we beat Real Madrid in the final to win that one 2-1. That is because we won the Europa League the season before. And, of course, last season, the last episode, we won the Champions League final, beating RB Leipzig in the final 1-0, which was quite incredible. In terms of the season preview, well, there's no excuses this season really about winning the league because we were actually the favourites to win the league title. Although we won the Champions League last season, we're yet to win the league in the series yet. We've won a lot of league titles in the series. I've won every single division actually. I won the Vanarama South with Dover, the league Vanarama National with Dover, and League 2 with Dover. Also won League 1 and Championship with Portsmouth as well. So we need the Premier League to round up the league titles of England there, to be honest. But hopefully that can happen this season. As I said at the start there, this is the penultimate season of the series. I've decided after winning the Champions League, I'm going to play a maximum of 2 more seasons. Hopefully that's enough for us to get a league title in there. And also an FA Cup. We get the league title and the FA Cup and the Club World Championship. We'll be playing in that this season as well. I'm not sure when it takes place. I'm pretty sure it's around Christmas time. So yeah, if we can win those 3 trophies in these 2 seasons, I'll be very, very happy. Of course, though, I'd like to win the Champions League again. I'd like to win another Carabao Cup. I'd like to win it all. But of course, you can't win it all. But this season, no excuses. We are favourites to win the league title over Man City, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool and Arsenal. In terms of the Media Dream 11 as well, we've got 3 players in the Dream 11 this season. We've got 3 defenders in there actually. Adelson, Maka and Vafali. Interesting enough as well, Magnaghi is apparently the best player in the league. He also won Player of the Season last season. But he doesn't make the Media Dream 11. That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Best player in the league, but he doesn't get in the Media Dream 11. Anyway, not important to us. We know how good Magnaghi is. And yeah, we have to win the league title this season. That is for sure. But I've given myself 2 seasons just in case we bottle it in this first season to win it in the next season. Hopefully, anyway. We shall see what happens. So, new season brings new transfers, of course, and the first player to leave us was actually Rodrigo Moreno. He has gone to Chelsea, so we actually might play against him today. He's gone there for £45 million. I was hoping to get a bit more from Moreno, but those of you watching the series will know Moreno, he decided that he wants to leave at the end of his current contract, which would expire at 2036. So I knew I had to get some money for him. I didn't really want to offer him a new contract before that point, which would have prevented him leaving in the first place, because he wanted too much money for what he's worth, to be honest. He wanted around 130, 140k a week. Actually, he wanted more than that, actually. He wants about 160k a week, I think. So, yeah, he's not worth 160k a week. He's obviously a very good player, but his development stalled in the last 2 seasons. So, and with him dropping the bombshell, he wants to leave for free. Obviously, had to cash in on him. 45 million is nice. Also made a big profit on him as well. Only signing for 1.5 million 6 seasons ago now from Millionaire. So, we got 5 good seasons out of Moreno, has to be said, but as I said, his development stalled and he didn't turn out quite to be the player I wanted him to. Although mentally he's very good, physically he's not quite up to scratch in my opinion. So £45 million for Moreno, very happy with that. That sale was by far the biggest sale of the summer, by the way. Not a lot of players have left us on a permanent transfer. Kieran Paul, he's left us. He's gone to Sunderland for £2.5 million. Been here a long time, came through the academy, but I think it's clear that he's not good enough for the club. I just kept him around as a fringe player, but I thought it was time to move him on now. He's gone to Sunderland in the Championship for £2.5 million. He's probably happy that he's going to get more game time. As you can see, he hasn't really got much game time over the last 5 seasons, but he was a homegrown player at the club, but as I said, he's clearly nowhere near up to standard. I don't even know he's up to standard to play in the Championship, to be honest. As you can see, he's a squad player for Sunderland. So, yeah, he's just a liability, really. You know, we get lots of injuries. We need a better fringe player than Kieran Paul, that is for sure. Only 2 more permanent sales. That is Bazunu. He has gone to AC Milan for 12.25 million, rising to 15.75 million. I wasn't interested in selling Bazunu. I think he's a good backup player, to be honest. Also, he's homegrown in the nation as well, so that helped in with him at the club as well. But to be honest, when I saw AC Milan come in for a £15 million bid for a 33-year-old backup goalkeeper, I couldn't say no, basically. I couldn't say no. Of course, I had to look around first and see if I could actually replace Bazunu with a goalkeeper just as good, if not better, for cheaper money as well. I managed to do that. We'll get to him in a second. But Bazunu has left us. 15 million for a 33-year-old. Very happy with that. And the final player to leave us on a permanent transfer was already confirmed. That was George Swenka. He has joined Porto on a free transfer. Only signed him last season as a fourth choice centre-back. Only played 2 games in the league, 8 games in total. As you can see here, he's nowhere near good enough anymore. His physicals are really going to shop now, so lose him on a free transfer, not really that much of a big deal. Only signed him for 3.3 million, so he gave us an option last season, so he's left us as well. The other players to leave us are all loan players. Alabaster's gone on loan to Bradford. Kaio Vell's got his first loan. He's gone on loan to Preston for the season, so hopefully he develops nicely there, playing League One football. Matthew Thurgood, by the way, he was on loan at Werder Bremen last season. Now he's on loan to Lyon, so that is very nice. He's got 20 determination, Thurgood, and he has developed nicely, but he still needs to develop quite a lot before I can consider him for the first team. But he's getting good football this season in League 1 with Lyon. He played Bundesliga football last season with Werder Bremen, so he's getting the football in, that's for sure. And also, his value's gone up to 33 to 48 million. More of the European clubs are seeing him now playing in the Bundesliga and the Ligue 1, so if he's not good enough in the next 2 seasons or so, then we can sell him for a big profit. But also, as I said, only 2 seasons left to go, so he's not going to feature much no matter what happens, to be honest. Fraser Organ's got another loan out, loan to Stoke. Fair few other players who are not really going to do much for the club, to be honest. And yeah, that's about it for the players that left us. So only really Moreno has left us for big money, 45 million. But also Bazunu leaving for 15 million is quite nice as well. Let's get to the players who have joined us now. The first player to join us was one of the replacements for Moreno, and he cost the most out of all the players we've signed as well. That is Jack Jarvis, a player who's been on my shortlist now for a couple of seasons. It's an expensive one though. He's joined us for 77 million. I think I've overpaid a little bit here, but he is a very good player. As you can see here, he's not an elite player, but he's a very good player. And also, the good thing about Jarvis is he can play a couple of roles for us, which is great. He's very adept at playing a ball midfielder role, but he can also play as a segundo volante and attack as well, the 2 roles I use at the club. Well, saying that, tell a lie, I've decided to set up with a defensive midfielder on support at the start of the season here. So he can play all the roles in DM, which is fantastic. He's got 10 caps for England. He's 27 years of age, so I wouldn't say he's an England regular, but he's got in the national team set up quite a few times. 100k a week is quite nice as well, not too expensive. He's now worth 122 to 146 million, so maybe it wasn't that much of a expensive deal in terms of how good he is. If you actually compare him with Moreno, there's not much difference between the 2 players, but I'd say Jarvis comes out better. Yeah, he is better, isn't he? He's better. Overall, Jarvis is better, that is for sure. Physically, he's a lot better. He's better going forward as well, so that is great. Also, Moreno leaving us, he was homegrown at the club, but Jarvis comes in and he's a homegrown player in the nation. So very happy to get him in, that is for sure. He was one of the first 2 DMs I signed, though, to replace Moreno. The second one is a very familiar name. I'm pretty sure all of you should know this name. We've signed Aurelien Tchouameni from Real Madrid for only £14 million. The reason why he only cost 14 million was because he's 35 years of age now. But he's still a very, very good player. So I wouldn't say it's a problem, but one of the issues we have now that we've become a very, very good team. We're now actually a 5-star worldwide team, as you can imagine, after winning the Champions League. We're attracting more and more players as it goes along, but the only players we can really get in who make our team better, and we can actually afford them, are these sort of players, 33, 34-year-old players, a little bit past their best, but still very, very good. So that is why I bought Tchouameni in. I know that he's going to decline this season, but £14 million for this calibre of player who's elite midfielder, has to be said, I think it's quite good business. Hopefully he doesn't let me down. 169 caps for France he's got. That is insane. And 29 goals as well. So he's another replacement for Moreno. And also, similar to Jack Jarvis there, he can play numerous roles in midfield as well. He's just a Rolls Royce, isn't he? He's absolutely unbelievable. Mentally, he's outstanding. Physically, he's still alright. Not too bad. But of course, by the end of the season, that's probably going to decline quite a lot. Maybe next season, he might not even be usable. We shall see. But for one season, to get Tchouameni here, very happy. His wages were a problem. He wanted over 300k a week. Couldn't afford that. But 225k a week is very expensive. Of course it is. But for one, maximum 2 seasons, not really that big of a deal. He's played many games for Real Madrid, as you can see there. Many, many games. And he's still a very, very good player. So I'm hoping he will do the business for us this season. If you actually compare him with Moreno as well, again, better player. You look here, a lot better than Moreno. Physically, Moreno's slightly better and with speed as well. But if we got Tchouaméni 5 years earlier, of course, it'll be just ridiculous, wouldn't it? But even at this stage, he's still a top player. So Moreno's left us. We brought in Jarvis and Tchouaméni to replace him. So I'm very, very happy with that. The next 3 players to join us were all quite cheap as well. Ilhan Meslier, he has replaced Bazunu as our backup goalkeeper. He has joined us from Dortmund for just £5.25 million. Of course, he's old now as well. He's 35 years of age. He's also French, of course, uncapped by the French national team, which is a little bit surprising because he's quite a good goalkeeper, especially in FootballManager. As you can see here, though, the decline has definitely started with Meslier. He was never very quick, though, was he? No goalkeepers are very quick anyway, but as a backup goalkeeper, I'm very happy with that, to be honest. You compare him with Bazunu, overall he's better, just physically and speed. Bazunu is better, so in that regard, I'll probably have Bazunu over Meslier, but he's only a backup goalkeeper, so should be fine. You actually compare him with Lopez as well. Not much difference between the two, apart from physically, of course. Again, Lopez is by far our #1 at the club, but Meslier comes in cheap, only 60k a week as well. Good backup goalkeeper. The next one to join us was, again, another French old player, and that is Khéphren Thuram. He has joined us from Monaco for £10.5 million. He effectively replaces Kieran Poole as our fringe midfielder, although I think I'm giving him a little bit of a disservice there, because he's still a very good player. As you can see here, overall he's a very good player. He can play as a defensive midfielder type, but I think he's best as a secondo volante, to be honest. And I'm very, very happy with how the midfield's looking this season now. It's got a lot of depth in the midfield options, and that is with Maka going back to the defence as well. So very, very happy with that. Also, we've got Grana still at the club as well. You actually compare him with Thuram. Not much difference between the two players. Only aerially, Thuram is a lot better than Grana. So those two are battling it out to try and get their place in the team as well. Obviously, I'm going to favour Grana, seeing as he's a lot younger. But 34 years of age, Thuram. He's got 19 caps for France as well and 5 goals. And again, as I said, we just added so much depth in that midfield department. And the final signing of the summer was David Tavares Fernandez. He was already agreed to join us from Benfica. £1.1 million in compensation. Now I think of it, he's probably never going to feature us, to be honest. There's only 2 seasons left, but I'll still like to leave Portsmouth in the best possible position after I leave. I'm going to go forward 10 years in the future at the end of the series here, and hopefully they're still on top, because that would be very nice. He's gone on loan as well, Fernandez. He had many options to go to, but he's chose to go to Alves in the are they in the Liga or the second division? Yeah, they're in La Liga. He's gone there for a season, so hopefully he develops nicely. So that is the signings. Obviously, not too many players to talk of. We signed 3 30-plus-year-olds, well, 3 34-plus-year-olds, all French as well, which is quite interesting. A young player and Jack Jarvis. So on the face of it, it doesn't seem like the best transfer window, but as I said, we've strengthened the midfield department a hell of a lot. You know, Moreno and Paul have left us. Jarvis and Tchouaméni are coming to replace Moreno, who are both better players than Moreno, has to be said. And of course, Thuram has come in to replace Kieran Poole. So very happy with midfield situation. And only player to leave us who was kind of important was Moreno. And as I said, we've replaced them. So if anything, our team is looking even better at the start of the season here. As I said, though, we have gone up to a 5-star reputation team, 5-star worldwide reputation team. So that is very nice. That points to the end, almost the end of the series for me. I've took Portsmouth from League 1 up to be a 5-star reputation team. But it's not over yet. We need to win the league title. And that needs to start today as well. So let's get started with the first game of the season then, at home to Everton. And in terms of the team sheet, we've got Lopez in goal, Booth right back, Adelson left back, Maka and Mohamed centre backs. Then we've got Tchouaméni, Acosta and Gula in midfield, Bruno on the right wing, Edson on the left wing, and Coric up front. So unfortunately, main man, best player in the league apparently, although he doesn't make the media dream 11 as I said. He starts off the season with an injury, quite a serious injury as well. He dislocated his shoulder on 4th of July, so just at the start of pre-season basically. And he's been out for 6 weeks in total, I think. Gone over 8 days to 2 weeks to go, so fortunately he's only going to miss a few games at the start of the season, but he has missed the entire pre-season. He's really lacking the match sharpness, so going to have to ease him back into things, unfortunately. So we miss him today. We also are missing Grana, who's out for 7 days to 3 weeks with a twisted ankle, and Nestor Rocha, who's out between 2 to 4 weeks with a torn groin muscle. So missing 3 players here for today's game, but as I said, home to Everton. They've just been promoted. Surely we have to win this game. Also, in terms of debuts, only one making a debut today, and that is Tchouaméni. We've also got Meslier on the bench, along with Thuram and Jack Jarvis. You're probably thinking, why is Jarvis not in the first team? I signed him for £77 million. Should be starting the games, but I kind of think Shamini is better. So I'm starting off with Shamini as my best DM at the club. But of course, Jarvis is going to get plenty of game time. Plenty of game time. So nothing to worry about there. But Everton at home. Can we start off the season with a win? Well, let's find out. Before we get started with this first game, guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here and you want to see more from me, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. So let's get started then at home to Everton. I'm hoping for a very, very comfortable win here, to be honest. Very comfortable win. Also, my assistant manager, Jack Payne, has left me after many, many seasons. He's actually started off my assistant manager at Dover. I took him with me to Portsmouth, not after he had a stint at Darlington as a manager. He rejected Brentford last season as well, the management position. He has left me. I have terminated his contract to bring in a better assistant manager. So he isn't here yet, though, this new assistant manager. He's applying, well, he's getting his work permit. He'll be here soon. But yeah, Jack Payne, it was a hard decision to make, actually, because I've really come close to Jack Payne, despite not knowing him, which is quite bizarre. Anyway, 20 minutes in here, it's still 0-0. Gula a free kick. Here is Maka. Playing back in the defence this season. Obviously, last 2 seasons he's been playing as a DM most of the time. But it's good to have him back in as a centre-back because he's a very, very good centre-back. He's a very good DM as well. So it's great the fact that he can still play there, of course. Oh my word, that's our former goalkeeper. That's my former goalkeeper there, Jason Andrew. Made a little bit of a howler there, but he kept it out. He's came from my youth system, Andrew. Playing in the Premier League now. Very surprising. Important player for Everton. Wow, played many games for them, so... Sold him on a free transfer, so maybe I should have got a bit more money for him. But anyway, he's not really a loss, is he? Not really a loss. We're dominating these early stages here, but it's still 0-0. Come on, boys, wake up. We play Chelsea in the Super Cup final in just 4 days' time. Obviously not that important, and of course we've already won that trophy, but it would be nice to defend our crown. Here's Edson. I don't think there's too many opportunities for people to defend their crown in the UEFA Super Cup, is there? Adelson, this is why you don't shoot. That is why Adelson doesn't shoot, because that was terrible. He's a brilliant fullback, though, Adelson. Absolutely fantastic player. Here's Gula. Had a poor season last season, has to be said. That was a great pass, though. Here's Bruno with the ball. Still Bruno with the ball. My word. Does quite well there, Bruno, but the shot is always rising. Well, surely this goal is just on the horizon. Anyway, another thing I forgot to mention. Why did I forget to mention this? I have no idea. Well, we're actually playing in our brand new stadium here. This is no longer Fratton Park. This is the first game in our new stadium, the Jimmy Dickinson Arena. 41,000 capacity. I know why I remembered to bring you back for this Everton game now. So I was going to only feature the Super Cup final, but this is the brand new stadium, the Jimmy Dickinson Arena. So, very happy to be here. Very happy to be here. Well, this first half has been completely dominated by us, but we're going into half-time 0-0. This is the stadium look. Very, very nice. Very nice. A lot better than Fratton Park. Definitely upgraded. But I'm not happy what's going on here. What is going on here, boys? 0-0. Dominating the game. As I said, surely it's a matter of time. We've got a corner now. Gula to take it. It's cleared. Edson should get there. Back to Adelson. There is Edson. To Adelson again. Any chance to get it forward, boys? Maybe? Can you stop mucking about, please? Get the ball forward. Thank you, Adelson. Now cross it in the box. Lovely. Corrich. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Dan Burns. No. Is it Dan Burns? Probably not. That's Dan Burn, isn't it? He's probably retired by now, Kenny. What am I talking about? Burns. His name is Burns. He has pushed Corich. Yes, it's a penalty. Well, this really shouldn't be how we're taking the lead in the game, but I'll take it. I will take it. Get that first goal on the board. Add a couple more would be nice. Well, that was in the script, wasn't it? That was guaranteed to happen. First penalty of the season, up against our former youth goalkeeper. Of course, Corich just basically passes it to him. Wow, surely we're not going to drop points here. Shoot, Booth. Okay, well. 35 minutes to go. I'm not going to say I'm starting to panic. Of course, it's only the first game of the season, but it's a little bit worrying the fact that it's still 0-0 in the game and we're dominating proceedings here. Let's go a little bit more positive. Let's put the fullbacks as wing-backs. We'll also put Gula on attack as well. You know, let's go attacking. You know what? We have nothing to fear here against Everton. We need to get a goal here. We'll also put the defensive line higher as well. And let's make some changes here. Well, Corich hasn't been great, has he? Missed a penalty. Let's bring on Jarvis for his debut for Shamini. Bruno's been poor as well, to be fair. Haven't got much attacking options on the bench, as you can see. Magnati and Rocha both missing for today's game. You know what, let's bring on Gasco for Coric. Let's bring on Gasco for Coric. He's a very good finisher, Gasco. Let's see what he can do. Well, we don't really want to start off with this result, to be honest, because this is a massive 2 points drop. The first game of the season or not. You don't know how important this could be come end of the season. So you need to win this game. Come on, boys. Get a grip now. Stop playing up and get that first goal. Here's a Daleson. Runs past him like he's not even there. Oh, my word. And he got angry, lunged in. Gasco on the pitch now, but he heads it wide. Oh, dear. 30 minutes to go. It's still very much one-way traffic, but that goal is still eluding us. Haven't seen anything from Everton in the game. I don't think they had a shot on target in the game yet. Have they? No, they haven't. They had one shot in the game, none on target. So surely we've got to win this one. At our stadium for the first ever game as well. We've got Jack Jarvis with Mohican. Here's a Daleson. Seen a lot from him today. To Edson, but there's no end product in this game. No end product whatsoever. And that's for having a penalty as well. We get possession back immediately. Here we go again. Got to be 1-0 now, Gasco. For goodness sake, what are you doing? What are you doing, Gasco? I'm still yet to see the best of him, to be honest. He's apparently very good attacking-wise. Very good attacking-wise. Got a corner. My word, Jarvis almost with a goal on his debut there. Wow. My word, the highlights are just never ending here, but we can't get a goal. It's like the 8th corner highlight we've seen. Maka. Finally, hallelujah. Hallelujah. We finally get that first goal in the game, and it comes from a corner. Well, now we can relax a little bit. Maka with the goal, a headed goal from the corner there. Wow, we just destroyed them here. It should be 5 or 6-0 at this point in time, but unfortunately it isn't. As long as we get the win, though, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? You know, let's go back to our normal style of play here, actually. Can also make a couple more changes here. El Idrissi can come on for Mohamed. It's going to be a good battle between those two who partners Maka this season, to be honest. Now we've got 3 great centre-backs. It's brilliant. Now that Maka's been moved back to the centre-back position. Who else needs a bit of match sharpness here? You know what? Let's bring on Thuram. Let's bring on Thuram for his debut. Let's bring him on for Acosta as well. It's only 1-0 in the game, but there's not really anything to fear here. Everton, they can't shoot in the game, so they can't score, really, can they? Well, theoretically, unless one of our players just kicks it into our own net. Let's get a second goal, though. Let's put this game to bed already. Bruno's through on goal here. Is he offside? I think he is. He looked offside, to be fair. Well taken goal, though, wasn't it? A very well taken goal, that. I think he's offside. He's not offside, so I'm pretty sure that's game over. It's only 2-0, but as I said, this is like playing a Sunday League team right here. They're terrible, aren't they? Absolutely terrible. It's actually a lovely weighted pass. Bruno slots it in the back of the net very, very comfortably. Back on the highlight straight away again. Despite taking so long to score that first goal, can we still end this game with a bit of a rout here? Here's Aaron Hickey. Oh, no. Whew. Poor finish that from Matos. That first chance in the game, really, isn't it? Well, I don't usually use my 5 substitutions, but I'm going to use it today. I'm very confident about this game now. You know, let's bring on for Fally. Let's build his match sharpness up a little bit. Let's bring him on for Andy Booth. 20 minutes to go. We've got a 3.79 XG in this game. Only 2-0, but of course, it's a win at the end of the day, isn't it? It's a win at the end of the day. The highlights have dried up a little bit here. Only 5 minutes to go now. We've got another corner. Already scored from one corner today. Will we score again? Ooh. Someone got their head to it. I don't know who got their head to it, though. Back in the highlight again. Our former youth player, Jason Andrew. Does a long kick. El Idrissi with very poor defending there. Matos just gave him the slip there, didn't he? Lopez with the ball. Throws out to the Fally. Lopez gets it better every single season. So if it continues this season, we've got one hell of a goalkeeper on our hand, that is for sure. Brilliant shot stopper, Lopez. Brilliant. I think he actually might be the best shot stopper in the game, to be honest. Very close, very close. El Idrissi, hello, what are you doing? What did I bring you on for? Been alright, donut. Anyway, 2 minutes to go. I think it's safe to say we have won this game. Will we add another goal, though? It'd be very nice if we do. Very bizarre pass from Adelson there. Anyway, here's Gula. To Gasco. Score, Gasco. No, he doesn't. He misses it. Hits it wide of the pass. Wide of the post, sorry. He's clapping Gula for his pass, though. Gula's had a good game today. Another corner. El Idrissi. No, straight into the hands of Andrew. That might be the last bit of action here in this game, to be honest. But I say that remain on the highlight right now. Andrew passes it to Fafali. Now it's El Idrissi. Back to Maka. Still seeking that third goal, aren't we? Here's Fafali. Tries to get through to Bruno, but Burns is there to cut it out. Now here's Thuram. Can he score on his debut? No. Jarvis, can he? No. Here's a Daleson. Right in the box. Cut it back, a Daleson. Oh. Goodness sake. Wow, this game just doesn't want to end, does it? Doesn't want to end. We're just relentless in this game. Here's Fafali. It's easy opposition though, isn't it? Home to Everton. Easy game. Here's Maka to a Daleson. Can we still get that third goal? Come on, boys. Get that third goal. No, we lose out. Now here come Everton with Zeben. This could be it now. No, here we go again. Here's Maka to Thuram. Gasco is offside apparently. Well, oh. No. Here's Juan Carlos to Burns. He kicks it long. This is probably the last bit of action now. 8 seconds to go. Here's Juan Carlos to Barry. Don't score a goal now, for goodness sake. He's offside. Easy catching practice for Lopez anyway. Anyway, it's a great win to start off the new season. Only 2-0, but look at the state of this. Look at the match stats here. 38 shots, 16 on target, a 5.02 XG, and 69% possession. Well, it should be a lot more than 2-0, let's be honest. But at least we won the game. First game of the season. The players are a little bit rusty. Still need to build a match sharpness up a little bit. But all in all, it's a great way to start the season. If we can play like that most games, then we are in for a very good season. Although, we did waste a lot of opportunities. We should be talking about at least a 5-0 win right now. But anyway, we won the game. That's the most important thing. Make sure you stick around, guys. Coming up next, we've got another chance to win another piece of silverware. We have the chance to defend our crown in the Super Cup. We beat Real Madrid in the final last season 2-1. Now we have Chelsea. Will we make it 2 out of 2? Okay, here we are. It's time for the UEFA Super Cup final. It's the winners of the Champions League, which is us, of course, against the winners of the Europa League in Chelsea. And, of course, we are looking to defend our crown as well. Last season, we beat Real Madrid in the final in Norway. We beat them 2-1. Quite comfortably as well, to be honest. We were a better team in that game, and we deserved to win the trophy. We also beat Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final, of course, as well. So we like playing them. Obviously, it's not the most important trophy. Of course, we've already won it as well, so it's even less important now. But we're looking to defend our crown here, cement our place as the best team in the world, even more by winning the UEFA Super Cup here. We are playing at the Estadio Cornella El Prat today, by the way. We were playing in Norway last time round. This time it's a 41,500 capacity stadium, and it's actually Espanyol's stadium. So anyway, let's get to this final then, the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea. And in terms of the team sheet, well, it's completely unchanged. It's only 4 days since we played Everton, but let's be honest, we didn't really work that hard for that victory, did we? Not a lot of running around needed there against Everton. They were absolutely dreadful. Destroyed them 2-0, but it should have been about 8 or 9-0, let's be honest. So none of the players are really tired. Giving them all a run out again here today for the final. The same 3 players are still injured, of course, only 4 days later. So hopefully they'll be back in a couple of weeks' time if they don't pick up another injury. But Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup, we're going to Spain. Can we lift the trophy again? Let's find out. Well, this should be more of a contest, to be honest, but I'm expecting us to win this game. We're a much better team than Chelsea these days. I think we've finished higher than them the last 3 or 4 seasons, to be honest. So I'm hoping for a win here. Obviously not the most important thing, as I said, but should be getting the win here. We're also up against Moreno today, our former player, of course. He's playing in the heart of the Chelsea midfield. Hopefully we can keep him quiet. Jason Andrew had a little bit of joy against us there for Everton, but ultimately we got the win over him in the end, didn't we? Anyways, Daleson. Hopefully Koric can do better today as well. Got 6.1 there. Obviously missing a penalty doesn't help with his rating, but hopefully he can score today. We've got Bruno on the right wing now. Crosses it in. Ooh, good cross, but no one there to meet it. Here come Chelsea. Aparisi. I have no idea what Booth's doing there. No idea. He just runs towards the ball without doing anything. Now it's Guilherme? Can never pronounce that properly. Oh, wow, we're starting about all over the place in a minute, to be honest. Edson wins the ball back, only to give it away again. Wow, how close was that? How close was that? Not a great start. Not a great start at all. I know this It Track is going to be quite a good player. He's in the Media Dream 11 for Chelsea. Well, it's been quite a dull start to the match actually now. 23 minutes in, not much is happening. Oh dear. Well, that could be a problem. Let's hope that's not serious. Potential foot injury for Adelson. As you can see there, 4.5 stars. He's our best defender at the club now. Well, him and Maka, I'd say. Could bring on Chino, but Fafali is more of a better player, to be honest. He can play left back very comfortably. Mainly play him as a right back, but he's both footed, so he can play either full back, to be honest, and centre back as well, so that's great. Not great at throw-ins, though, it seems. A terrible decision that from Fafali. Id Moreno, he's pretty much guaranteed to get a goal or assist in this game, isn't he? Come on, boys. Not too happy with what I've seen at the start of the season here, to be honest. Although we haven't conceded a goal yet, that's nice, but a little bit iffy. Here's Booth. Obviously, you can't win every game, though, can you? Here's Bruno. To Acosta. Back to Booth. There's Acosta. To Booth again. Oh my word, what a save by the keeper that was. Wow. What a save from the keeper. Also, one thing I just remembered now. Since we lost the FA Cup final to Brighton in the last minute, about three seasons ago now, 4 seasons ago, yeah, 3 seasons ago I think, we've won all of our finals since then. We haven't lost the final, so we won, what do we win? We won the Carabao Cup final against Man City. We won the Europa League final against, who did you beat in the Europa League final? I can't even remember now. Wolfsburg, that was it, Wolfsburg. Beat Wolfsburg in the Europa League final, beat Real Madrid in the Super Cup final, then beat Leipzig in the Champions League final. Coric does get his first goal of the season. So this is our 5th final since we lost to Brighton. And if we win this one, we'll be 5 out of 5 in finals. So now we are looking very good in finals, which is great. Is that a goal? It is a goal. Coric is off the mark. Didn't take him too long, let's be honest. But it was a bit of a worrying start. Couldn't score against Everton. Missed the penalty as well. But here he is. We're headed goal. There is a striker out there who plays for Roma. He's absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's actually 2 ridiculous Italian strikers in the game now. One plays for Bayern Munich. He's the best striker in the game. But one plays for Roma, and now Haaland is starting to get it past it. You'd say he's the 2nd best striker in the game. So the Italians are very blessed with their strikers right now. Anyway, get to the point. The Roma one, I can't remember his name now. I think Gugno or something. Gugno. He's unbelievable. Better than Coric. A lot better than Coric, actually, which is takes some doing because Coric is brilliant. But he's way too expensive. Going to cost you about 280 million, which of course I can't afford. From Roma as well, which is very bizarre. Not exactly an elite team, are they? So, yeah, I'd like to sign that striker, but unfortunately I don't think it's possible in this series. Well, it's 1-0 at half-time, but I wouldn't say we're dominating the game. We are the better team in the game. I wouldn't say we're dominating it. I just really hope that Dale's injury is not too serious. Acosta is picking up a knock now as well, so let's take him off. Let's bring on Jarvis. I said Jarvis is very good as a DM, secondo volante, ball midfielder as well, so he can do it all, Jarvis. He can do it all. Not much happening in the second half, is there? 20 minutes to go now. Nothing at all. I don't think there's been a highlight in the second half, to be honest. You know what? Shamini hasn't been great today either. So let's take Shamini off. Let's bring on Thuram and put Jarvis as the DM and Thuram as the secondo volante. Gula and Edson have both been quite poor as well. Let's bring on Andre. Let's bring on Andre for Gula. 18 minutes to go. Still yet to concede in the season, although it's only been 2 games. Well, not even 2 games yet. A game and 3 quarters, pretty much. We don't concede here, though. Of course, we have won the trophy again, and we've defended our crown, as I said. Not the greatest trophy in the world, but it shows how good you're doing if you can defend your crown in the Super Cup. That means you won 2 European trophies back-to-back. And if we win this, it's actually 4 European trophies in just 2 and a bit seasons, so that's really nice. Champions League, Europa League, and 2 Super Cups, so hopefully we can lift it come end of the game here. Here's Fafali to Jarvis. Out to Edson. Now here's Fafali. Shoot! Shoot! Not known for his finishing, of course, he's a defender, but it opened up for him there. I was hoping for a better shot, to be honest, but of course, didn't come. Didn't come. Only 10 minutes to go now. Here's Andre with the ball. He passes it to Thuram. Now here's Booth. Lots of space for Booth. He passes it to Bruno. Coric is making his move. Look for Coric. He does. The keeper comes for it and he Well, he messes up big time. Is Coric offside, though? Van Sass is really hoping that Coric is offside because he had an absolute howler there. What on earth is he doing? Just gave Coric an open goal. It is a goal. Get in. That should be the trophy now. Let's be honest. It should be the trophy. Well, Bruno with a good cross has to be said. The defending was pretty woeful. No one really picked up Coric, and the keeper, I have no idea what he was doing. Absolutely no clue what he was doing. But we don't really need to go so positive anymore, do we? Let's get back to balanced. Slow the tempo down a little bit. Start time wasting a little bit as well. Slow the pace down there. Let's also put a mid block in as well. So we don't really need to score any more goals now. Just need to defend the lead. And we've won the Super Cup again. Very nice. Our 4th European trophy, as I said. Lovely. It's going well. It's going really well. Hopefully the series ends well as well. One more Champions League. I'm not being greedy. I'm not expecting 3 Champions Leagues in a row. But if we can get one more Champions League, I'll be very happy with that. You know, at least 1 league title as well. And just chuck the FA Cup in there. I'll be very, very happy. Very happy. Only a couple minutes to go. It looks like we're lifting another trophy. It's not over yet though. Fally with a long throw in. Here's Booth. Almost a 3rd goal there, but Van Sass with an easy save from Bruno. But I think it's safe to say that is it. Another trophy in the cabinet for us. Our 5th final win in a row. Since we lost the FA Cup final to Brighton, we've won the Europa League, the Champions League, 2 Super Cups, and a Carabao Cup. So things are going really well at the moment. But this season, to be honest, this season is more about winning the league title than defending our crown in the Champions League, because we've already done the Champions League. Now we need to win the league title. So that is the most important thing. But if we can add the Super Cup with the league title and the Champions League, then that would be fantastic. There they are doing the funny dance. They're getting used to this now. Very, very happy with themselves. And it's another trophy for us. Get in. Well, that's the end of the episode, guys. Not the most spectacular episodes, but we start off the season with 2 wins, 1 trophy as well. No goals conceded. So all in all, can't complain too much, can we? Can't complain at all. In terms of the next episode, guys, well, I think I'm going to play a lot of games before the next episode, to be honest. The view count on the videos now are, well, disastrous to say the least. Disastrous to say the least, which is a bit understandable. Obviously, the new FM will be around the corner now, to be honest, only a month or 2 away. So I'm looking to trim this down to as little episodes as possible. Of course, the games are important. You know, away to Arsenal, home to Man United, etc. But I think I'm going to bring you back for the business end of the season. You know, December time, maybe start of January. Play lots of games, probably play the entire league phase. Shouldn't really have to worry about the league phase this season. We won the Champions League last season, obviously. So hopefully it'll be a good start to the season. We've got plenty of games to play, as I said. And I'll bring you back for the next episode, guys. But that is the end of the video. Please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. As I said, it's very important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and you're much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.